Hello, knowledge seekers. In this episode of 20-Minute Books, we're diving into Full Catastrophe Living by Jon Kabat-Zinn, a book that doesn't shy away from the harsh realities of life. Acknowledging that life is often a series of catastrophes, Kabat-Zinn offers a beacon of hope, the power of mindfulness. This classic in the realm of mindful living demonstrates how, through mindfulness, we can navigate life's storms with grace and resilience. Jon Kabat-Zinn, a master of mindfulness, is a renowned scientist, writer, and meditation teacher acclaimed for pioneering the mindfulness-based stress reduction (MBSR) technique. MBSR has aided thousands in managing stress and overcoming both physical and emotional pain, solidifying Kabat-Zinn's reputation as an authority in the field. Full Catastrophe Living is a must-read for anyone grappling with physical or emotional pain, struggling to manage stress, or simply seeking ways to quiet a restless mind. Through Kabat-Zinn's expert guidance, readers will discover how to embrace the fullness of their experience and learn powerful strategies for responding to life's challenges with calmness and clarity. Join us as we explore how mindfulness can transform our approach to life's inevitable catastrophes, offering a path to peace and well-being. Full Catastrophe Living, using the wisdom of your body and mind to face stress, pain, and illness. Introduction. Embrace life's full spectrum, how mindfulness can help. Imagine life as a vibrant tapestry, rich with a mix of colors, some bright and inviting, others dark and challenging. This is the essence of what Zorba the Greek meant when he described his life as the full catastrophe. He wasn't focusing on the negatives. Instead, he understood that a truly fulfilling life encompasses everything: joy and sorrow, pleasure and pain. Yet, embracing this full spectrum of human experience is easier said than done. Confronting life's immense complexities head-on might seem daunting, but doing so can amplify your experiences of joy and happiness. Like many, you might find facing the stresses, regrets, and various misfortunes life throws your way to be overwhelming. However, there's a powerful tool that can help you navigate these challenges with grace: mindfulness. Mindfulness is more than a practice. It's a way of connecting your mind and body, amplifying the joys of life, and providing effective strategies for dealing with pain and sorrow. By cultivating a state of clear-headed, calm acceptance, you allow yourself to experience life fully, without being overwhelmed by its lows or excessively attached to its highs. In the journey to embrace mindfulness, you'll discover invaluable insights, including the transformative power of mindful breathing and how it can anchor you in the present, understanding the cyclical nature of stress and learning strategies to break free from its grasp, a toolkit for living in the moment, fully engaging with your life as it unfolds. By exploring these avenues, you're taking the first steps toward living a life that's not just survived but fully lived, embracing every catastrophe and joy along the way. Part 1. Unlocking the power of now through mindfulness. Imagine standing on the threshold of eternity with only a few fleeting moments left. In these final seconds, what do you cherish? Perhaps it's the caress of the wind against your cheek, the intricate flavors of a meal, or the symphony of life's soundtrack floating in through an open window. This scenario underscores a profound truth. Our lives are a series of moments, each one precious and unique. To truly savor the richness of life, we must embrace each and every moment. Mindfulness offers a guiding light on this journey, teaching us how to immerse ourselves in the present fully. Here lies the essence. Mindfulness guides you to experiencing the present moment. You might ponder, do I really need to be taught how to live in the moment? Don't I inherently experience it by being alive? The reality, however, might surprise you. Give it a try. Attempt to focus entirely on the here and now. Notice how swiftly a thought whisks you away from the present. For most of us, this happens almost instantaneously. Though we exist in the present, our minds are apt to journey into the future or linger in the past. This isn't just an idle habit, it's one that can rob us of tranquility and happiness. A 2012 study from Harvard University revealed that our minds are calmer, our emotional footing more stable, and our happiness more profound when we anchor ourselves in the current moment, rather than allowing our thoughts to wander. Mindfulness stands as a beacon in this quest, employing meditation to tether our mental and physical selves firmly within the present. This practice quiets the restless mind and enriches our direct experience of life around us. Moreover, it fosters a more intimate relationship with our bodies, enabling us to respond to signs of stress, depression, and irritation before they overwhelm us. Let's dive into a simple mindfulness technique involving just 3 raisins. Begin with the first, observing it with all your senses, its appearance, scent, and texture. Next, place it in your mouth, chewing slowly, attuning yourself to its taste and the sensations it elicits on your tongue and teeth. Continue this mindful consumption with the remaining raisins, each time honing your focus, allowing the sensory experience to grow more vivid and profound. This exercise, though seemingly small, ushers you onto the path of mindful living. By fully engaging with even the simplest acts, we take our first steps towards living a life steeped in the richness of the present moment. Part 2. Find serenity in the midst of chaos with meditation. Does your life often feel like a whirlwind of activity, leaving you no time to catch your breath? You're not alone. For many of us, our days are flooded with tasks, obligations, and constant movement. But when the sun sets and our bodies finally rest, our minds seem to miss the memo to wind down as well. Instead, they're busily replaying the day's events, plotting for the future, or stirring up worries and fears. In this bustling world, mindfulness introduces a moment of reprieve, a cherished pause in the constant doing. Yet, transitioning from a state of perpetual motion to one of stillness isn't as straightforward as one might hope. Our minds, well trained in the art of doing, must learn to embrace being. This brings us to a crucial insight. Meditation quiets the mind and allows for mindful moments. But how exactly do you meditate? It essentially comes down to mastering the art of presence over productivity. Starting might seem daunting, but let's simplify it into a manageable practice. First, find a place of physical calm. A sitting position often works best for beginners. Align your back, neck, and head in a straight line. Relax your shoulders and rest your hands comfortably, perhaps on your knees or in your lap. Then, shift your focus to your breath. Just observe the sensation of breathing without trying to alter it. Feel the air enter through your nostrils, your chest and abdomen rise, and the soothing cycle of inhales and exhales. Next, address your thoughts. The goal isn't to empty your mind, but to allow thoughts to flow through without attachment. Observe each thought, whether profound or mundane, with equal nonchalance. Recognize them as mere thoughts, that they don't define you or dictate your reality. They're simply visitors passing through. Initially, meditating for lengthy periods might challenge you. Your mind may wander, or physical discomfort may arise. When distractions occur, acknowledge them without frustration and gently guide your focus back to tranquility. Returning your attention to stillness, regardless of how many times it takes, is part of the process. Once you find ease in sitting quietly, focusing on your breath, and observing your thoughts as they come and go, congratulations, you've grasped the fundamentals of meditation. With each practice, you're not just learning to meditate, you're learning to navigate life's chaos with a newfound serenity. Part 3. Cultivating Mindfulness with Intention, the Path of Meditation. Imagine a day where each moment is noticed and appreciated, from the warmth and steam of your morning shower enveloping you, to the artistic arrangement of pens on your desk, and even the playful dance of shadows on the sidewalk. under the afternoon sun. This heightened awareness is the essence of a mindful life, where spontaneous moments of presence enrich your everyday, inviting you to slow down, pay attention, and truly inhabit the present. Achieving this state doesn't happen overnight. It's akin to conditioning a muscle. The more you exercise it, the stronger it becomes. Similarly, mindfulness is nurtured through consistent meditation practice, evolving into a natural state of being that permeates your daily life. Here's the fundamental insight. Deepen your meditation practice to access mindfulness organically. A vital aspect of cultivating a profound mind-body connection is mastering foundational meditation techniques such as the body scan meditation. Here's how you can embark on this journey. Begin by lying flat on your back in a comfortable, relaxed position. As you would in a seated meditation, first focus your attention on your breath, allowing thoughts to freely flow through your mind without lingering on them. When you feel ready, shift your focus to the toes of your left foot. Just as you have learned to concentrate on your breath, now channel that focus toward your left toes, observing any sensations you experience, be it warmth, coolness, or even numbness. Approach these sensations with a mindset free of judgment, recognizing that they simply exist without being inherently good or bad. Try to then direct your breath into your left toes, experiencing this unique connection. After spending a few moments with your left toes, gently guide your focus up your leg, treating each segment of your body with the same deliberate and attentive care. As you become more accustomed to the body scan technique, expand your awareness to encompass the diverse emotions present within your body. You might recognize anger residing in your stomach or a sense of dread in your fingertips. Through this practice, explore directing positive energies, such as kindness, healing, or strength, towards these areas, nurturing both physical and emotional well-being. Regular engagement with the body. Scan meditation transforms your ability to simply be, to inhabit your body fully and embrace the present without the incessant need to do. This disciplined practice fosters an inner stillness, calm, and mental stability, paving the way for you to live a life deeply rooted in mindfulness. Part 4. Mastering the art of stress. Control your response, not the stressor. Have you ever thought about stress as being akin to the weather? It's unpredictable, often unavoidable, and can wash over us with the intensity of a sudden thunderstorm. Certainly, stress feels like an external force beyond our control, dictating our mood and actions much like a dreary, overcast day commands us to grab an umbrella. Yet, while we might not have any say over the weather, we hold far more power over stress than we often realize. It's critical to understand that stress is composed of two elements: the stressor itself and our reaction to it. Stressors are the external triggers, while our responses are the internal effects those stressors have on us. Stress befalls us, but the responses, those are entirely of our making. Here is the core insight. We can't control stressors, but we can control our response to them. Stressors are an immutable part of life, much like the changing seasons. However, our responses to these stressors are malleable, within our dominion to shape and alter. Nevertheless, we frequently behave as though our reactions are automatic and beyond our influence. Confronted with acute short-term stressors, such as missing a bus, many of us react with a surge of adrenaline, resulting in frustration or even outright anger. Facing chronic, long-term stressors, like persistent financial worries, may plunge us into feelings of hopelessness and depression. Neither response is beneficial. But what's even more troubling is our tendency to avoid directly addressing the stressors, opting instead for coping mechanisms that sidestep the root of our stress. These coping strategies often become entrenched, automatic responses that allow us to dodge confronting the real issues at hand. Unfortunately, these coping mechanisms frequently do more harm than good. Termed as maladaptive coping strategies, they encompass a range of unhealthy behaviors from denial and workaholism to substance abuse, eating disorders, and compulsive shopping. By habitually turning to these detrimental strategies, we trap ourselves in a destructive cycle where our responses to stress become stressors in their own right. Nevertheless, hope is far from lost. With understanding and mindful practice, this harmful cycle can be not only identified but also broken. Part 5. Navigating Stress with Mindfulness, the Power of Choice. Think back to those beloved choose-your-own-adventure books of our childhoods. At pivotal junctures, you were presented with options. Each decision led down a distinct path, shaping the story's outcome in unique ways. This concept of choice isn't just confined to the pages of a book. It mirrors our real-life interactions with stress. Our responses to stressful situations often seem almost reflexive, yet in reality, we hold the power to choose our reactions. Whether it's a heated argument with a partner or a mistake at work, the range of potential responses is vast. You could react with anger, seek solace in silence, attempt to communicate, or try to empathize with the other person's viewpoint. The essence here is profound yet straightforward. You can train yourself to respond to stress instead of reacting to it. When faced with stress, our gut reactions may not always serve us well. Suppose you err at work. The knee-jerk response might be defensive, snapping at the one who points it out, or inwardly criticizing yourself, or perhaps throwing yourself into excessive work to compensate. These are instances of reacting, not responding. Mindfulness introduces a paradigm shift, guiding us from automatic reactions to intentional recognition. Imagine for a moment that you're back at work, having just made that mistake. Instead of succumbing to an instant potentially destructive reaction, pause. Bring your full awareness to the present. Notice the physical sensations coursing through you, the sweat on your palms, the pounding of your heart. Observe these without casting judgment. They are neither good nor bad. They are mere indicators of your current state. Apply the same non-judgmental awareness to your emotions, letting yourself feel without escalating the intensity. Now confront the stressor directly but thoughtfully. Consider why the mistake occurred and what its repercussions might be. How can this be a learning moment? What is the most constructive way to address it? In doing so, you break free from the automatic stress response cycle. This moment of pause, of deliberate engagement with the present, opens a gateway to choosing your response. Does this mindful approach erase the mistake? No. Does it alleviate all stress associated with it? Perhaps not entirely. Yet, it prevents your initial reaction from exacerbating the stress, ushering in clarity and control in the tumultuous seas of stress. Part 6. Transforming Pain Through Mindfulness, a Path to Resilience. Imagine a world where physical pain is absent. At first glance, this might seem like an idyllic existence. Yet consider the rare condition known as congenital analgesia, where individuals are unable to perceive pain. This absence of pain detection often leads to unintentional harm, highlighting pain's essential role as a guardian, teaching us to navigate our boundaries and avoid danger. This brings us to a profound understanding. Pain, in its essence, serves as a guide and protector. The central insight here is mindfulness helps us live with and even grow from pain. It's important to underscore that pain, particularly chronic pain, is a formidable adversary, marked by physical debilitation, financial burden, and emotional strain. Yet, when faced with inescapable pain, mindfulness emerges as a potent tool for management and adaptation. To clarify, the aim of mindfulness is not the elimination of pain. That would be a misdirected effort akin to chasing a mirage. Rather, mindfulness seeks to modulate pain, to bring it within a realm of manageable experience. Pain is often perceived as a solely physical phenomenon. However, it manifests across sensory, emotional, and cognitive dimensions. Mindfulness provides a method to navigate each of these realms effectively. Here's a practical approach. Embark on a body scan meditation to engage directly with the site of your pain. Rather than shunning this pain, invite it in. Observe it without judgment. Whether it presents as a stinging stab or a persistent throb, just note these sensations. Stay anchored in the present moment. Assess the intensity of your pain. Is it truly unbearable, or are you bracing for an escalation that has not occurred? Often, you'll find the pain tolerable in the moment, a realization that aids in its management. With your attention firmly on the affected area, broaden your awareness to encompass the emotional and cognitive reactions to your pain. Identify any thoughts or emotions linked to your pain, acknowledging them as transient elements of your experience. Remember, your thoughts and feelings about the pain are distinct from the pain itself. Through this mindful approach, pain transforms from an overwhelming force into a manageable aspect of existence, offering valuable lessons on resilience, limits, and self-care. Part 7. Unlocking Joy: How Mindfulness Transforms Emotional Pain. Picture this: amidst the complexity of life, with its mixture of joy and sorrow, grief and trauma, where do you find yourself on the spectrum of happiness? If the whisper of "not quite happy" echoes in your mind, you're not alone. It's a common human experience, navigating through the shadows of past hurts and accumulated grief to search for moments of genuine happiness. Here's an illuminating thought. Mindfulness can unlock happiness by easing emotional suffering. Imagine for a moment that happiness eludes you. Ask yourself, what barriers stand between you and the state of contentment you seek? Often, the answer lies in the patterns of thought shaped by emotional wounds from the past. Consider the idea that you're undeserving of love, a notion possibly rooted in the scars of a painful breakup. These destructive thought patterns, though born out of an attempt to shield ourselves from further harm, ultimately obstruct the path to healing, trapping us in a cycle of avoidance, denial, and pain. When emotional turmoil arises, approach it with a mindset of compassionate mindfulness. Begin by turning your full attention towards the emotions themselves. Whether it's anger, sorrow, or a numbing ache, observe these feelings as they emerge, fluctuate, and eventually recede. Embrace the realization that emotional pain, while intense, is transient. Extend this observation to the thoughts and mental images that accompany your emotions. Watch them pass through your mind without judgment or attachment, neither projecting into the future nor dwelling on the past. Recognize their impermanence, their tendency to arise, transform, and conclude. Now draw your consciousness back to the present. Inquire within. In this precise moment, might I be overlooking my own happiness? If the answer tilts towards negativity, contemplate. What steps can I take to navigate away from this unhappiness? By mindfully engaging with your emotions and thoughts, you'll learn to see them for what they truly are: transient phenomena that do not define you. This realization is a crucial step towards releasing their hold on you. Remember, the journey through emotional suffering isn't about discarding every discomfort, but discerning which pains should be tenderly released and which challenges are calling for transformation. Mindfulness equips us with the clarity to make these distinctions, guiding us towards healing and ultimately towards a deeper, more resilient joy. Part 8. Navigating Life with Mindfulness: Understanding Emotions and Solving Problems. Recall the profound simplicity of the Serenity Prayer, seeking the peace to accept unchangeable circumstances, the strength to change what we can, and the wisdom to discern the difference. It poses a challenge, though. How do we distinguish between what's in our power to change and what's beyond our control? Attempting to alter the unalterable or passively accepting the changeable yields frustration and stagnation. This is where the art of mindfulness shines, guiding us to see the fine line between acceptance and action. The essence of this insight lies in using mindfulness to navigate our emotional landscapes and tackle our challenges head-on. Consider emotional suffering as a landscape with two main features: our feelings and the problems causing these feelings. Imagine you're hiking and are suddenly caught in a downpour, making the path ahead slippery and dangerous. Here you face a blend of emotion, fear, and a practical challenge, deciding how to proceed safely. In moments like these, mindfulness becomes a beacon, allowing us to explore our feelings and problems separately yet comprehensively. First, fully immerse yourself in your feelings, letting them envelop you without judgment. Approach these emotions with kindness and curiosity, seeking the lessons they hold. Is fear urging caution, or is guilt prompting amends? Then shift your focus to the problem, distinguishing it from your emotional response. Contemplate actionable steps. Is there a clear solution? If the problem feels insurmountable, can you divide it into manageable parts? If it appears unsolvable, sometimes the best action is conscious inaction, intentionally deciding to let it be, recognizing that this, too, is a form of resolution. Returning to the analogy of the slippery path, the goal isn't to let our fears cloud our judgment, nor should we allow them to propel us into recklessness. It's about acknowledging our emotions while simultaneously seeking practical solutions. By applying mindfulness, we not only honor our emotional experiences, but also empower ourselves to navigate through life's challenges with grace and wisdom. In doing so, we find our way to more solid ground, where feelings are respected and problems, when possible, are solved. Final summary. In the ebb and flow of existence, it's a given that life isn't without its share of pain, sadness, and unpredictable downturns. Yet, there's a paradox at the heart of our experience. In our efforts to sidestep adversity, we often inadvertently shield ourselves from the genuine joys and pleasures life has to offer. While the external ups and downs of life lie beyond our control, the power to shape our responses to them rests firmly in our hands. Mindful meditation emerges as a profound practice in this context, offering us a way to fully engage with the present moment, to savor its joys and navigate its challenges with grace. Through mindfulness, we learn not only to accept life's full spectrum of experiences, but also to respond to them in ways that enrich our existence rather than detract from it. Thank you for joining me today on this journey of learning and discovery as we explored the insights of another thought-provoking book in our growing library of knowledge. If you've enjoyed our time together, please take a moment to follow our podcast, give us a 5-star rating, and share 20-minute books with other knowledge seekers. Your support truly means a lot. Don't forget to join me again in the next episode, where we will delve into another enriching book. Until then, happy reading and happy listening.